If you've played Cold War by now, you know that it's no secret that all of the guns in the game were not created equally, and that's why in this video we're going to be showing you the 3 most overpowered loadouts to help you melt enemies in Cold War. If you want to see more content like this, as well as weapon breakdowns with stats for Warzone and Cold War, don't forget to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on to see more videos like this one. Right, let's not wait any longer and get straight into the most overpowered loadouts in Cold War. So the third most overpowered loadout is the MP5 and the Pellington. Everyone in this game so far has been running the MP5, so of course this isn't really that surprising. And during the Cold War beta, we discovered that if we use the snipers correctly, they're actually quite overpowered as well, and this hasn't really changed for the actual game, so this combo's perfect as it covers short, mid and long range very well. So for the MP5, I used the SWAT 5mm laser to further improve hipfire accuracy. With the MP5, you want as much mobility as possible. A lot of times I don't even aim down sight with the MP5, so it's important that you really have good hipfire. Then on the underbarrel, I just use the standard foregrip. The MP5 does have a little horizontal recoil, but when you equip the foregrip, it's barely even noticeable. Next, for the magazine, we use the 40 round mags. This does affect the reload a little, but it almost doesn't matter because the magazine is so large for multiplayer that you can easily take out 3 to 4 enemies before you even need to reload in the first place. As an added bonus, you also get a fully loaded MP5. After that, we use the drop shot wrap for the handle. This is just to keep a steady aim when shots are coming at you, and trust me, if you're using an MP5, the shots will be coming at you. Finally, for the stock, we use the collapse stock, and this is just to get around a little bit easier. Even if you aren't using the Lawbreaker wildcard, it should be relatively easy to equip another AR during a game, so you should be using that long range or the Pellington in our case. And for the Pellington, the muzzle we will use is the Stabilizer 308. It will control your swaying, which happens more often in multiplayer as there's many moving targets. And for the barrel, we will use the 26.5 inch Tiger Team. Now this does affect your ammo capacity quite a bit, but it extends your damage range, improves your rate of fire and bullet velocity, all of which are way more important. This barrel will help you get more shots off on your target. Next, we use the 7 round mags, which does affect your reload time a little bit, but the advantage of the extended clip is always better for snipers. For the handle, you definitely want to use the airborne elastic wrap, as this does improve your aim down sight time, which is one of the most important things for a sniper in this game, and your flinching massively improves also. It does affect your movement speed, but you should be switching to the MP5 in this loadout. Finally, for the stock, we use the radar pad, and this brings back some of the movement lost from the handle and improves your movement speed while aiming, which is arguably more important for snipers. For perks, throwables and wildcards, I'm running of course Lawbreaker, as this allows for 2 primary weapons, the stim shot as my tactical, which is really the only tactical in multiplayer you should be using in my opinion, Semtex, which is my lethal of preference, but many people like to use frag or C4, which is also fine, and I use proximity mine as my field upgrade. I use the flak jacket perk because everyone spams explosives in this game, so you don't want to take too much damage from them, gearhead, which lets me use 2 field upgrades, and cold-blooded for that added protection. Now I should say all of the perks, throwables and wildcards are the same throughout all of the loadouts in this video, mainly because I find them to be the most effective. So the second most overpowered loadout is again the MP5, but this time with the AK-47. This loadout is ideal if you don't like using snipers. The AK-47 is definitely one of the better weapons in Cold War. The MP5 setup has all of the same attachments from the previous loadout, and I personally chose to put this loadout at second place because I find more success with it in smaller maps, which there seems to be more of in this game. So for the AK-47, we use the mill-stop reflex for the optic. I do use an optic on the AK-47 because I don't really like the iron sights on this gun, although some players don't mind it. I think it's a good choice, as in this loadout it would primarily be used for mid to long range, so it definitely helps in those situations. Then as the muzzle, we will use the muzzle brake 7.62 for extra vertical recoil control. Next, we'll be using the Spetsnaz grip, which basically acts like the Commando 4 grip as it reduces both horizontal and vertical recoil, which is again needed for those mid to long range fights. It does reduce your shooting movement speed, but we shouldn't really be using this in shorter ranges where quick movement is really necessary. For the magazine, we'll use the 40 round mags. We'll need the extended clip as well as being fully stocked for long distance, and again, as mentioned before, reload time isn't really top priority with this weapon. And finally, for the handle, we'll use the speed tape to improve our aim down sight time. And finally, the most overpowered loadout in Cold War right now is the MP5 again, but this time paired with the M16. The M16 is hands down the best long range gun in this game right now. The time to kill is insanely low, and with the right attachments to reduce the small amount of recoil this gun does have, the gun is pretty much unstoppable. So for the M16, we'll use the Millstop Reflex Optic for long ranges. The iron sights on this gun is probably the thing I hate the most, so replacing it with an optic will definitely help. Next, we'll use the Rapid Fire Barrel to improve the rate of fire. This gun fires in bursts, so this is needed to match the rate of fire of some of the more fully automatic guns in this game. After that, we'll be using the Field Agent grip. Now this massively improves the recoil on this gun both horizontally and vertically, only reducing your shooting movement speed just a little. Then we use the 45 round mags to keep you fully loaded while extending the clip as well. It does reduce your reload time, but at long distance you should be able to get a clip in if needed. Finally, I use the speed tape on this gun to improve the aim down sight time. These attachments make the M16 so easy to use that every other gun at long range doesn't stand a chance. So those are the 3 most overpowered loadouts in Cold War. Let me know if you've used these loadouts and what you think of them and if they've improved your games. This video did take some time to make, so if you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave us a like, as this recommends our video to more people. On top of that, if you are new to the channel, remember to subscribe to help us reach our target of 5,000 subscribers. The support on the channel has been great and we hope to reach that target by the end of the year. Make sure to turn on notifications as well. We usually do post the same day as any major update for Call of Duty, so then you'll be notified when those videos come out. We will have a lot more videos breaking down all of the stats for all of the guns, weapon comparisons, reviews, and more in the next few days. And that's everything for this video. Thanks for watching.